Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. It must be tough going through life when you're as dumb as Angela Rayner, but she gives it a good go, but she must wander around, thinking that she's doing good instead of being chaotic and just, destructive. But that's exactly what she is, especially with what can only be described as probably one of the worst laws ever proposed, and that's her Employment Rights Bill. Now, it's going to be debated in the House of Lords today. They're going to put in a load of objections and amendments. They're going to try and amend it into extinction. And quite right too, because it is absolutely a terrible law. It gives workers, of course, in their view, many more rights in the workplace. But of course, those rights aren't free. They have a cost. And in many cases, the cost will be people's jobs. But it's estimated that it will cost, in cash terms, maybe £5 to £6 billion a year, a cost that will have to be met by businesses. Which means ultimately employees will be paying that. Len Shackleton, who is a professor of economics at the University of Buckingham, he said that politicians love announcing new employment rights because they think that employers will be paying the bill, but they don't. That bill is passed on. It is an illusion because it's the workers who ultimately pay. Every mandate, every parental leave, every entitlement, every extension of holiday days, you name it, everything they get given is payable by them. It's like a tax. And the tax here will be your pay rises. You're not going to get any pay rises. And when people say, oh, we haven't had a pay rise this year, go, no, but you did get more rights. And that cost the company. So, the money we made that would have been a pay rise, we've had to pay more rights. And of course, because of her rules, like any business over 50 people has to employ banter police, for example, people who report you for daring to have a laugh by the coffee machine or something. Oh, look at those two people laughing. I wonder what they're laughing about. I bet they're laughing about somebody else. That's a crime. I best report it, and so forth. Well, we've had to pay like 200,000 extra in staffing costs for those four tossers over there. That came out of your pay rise this year. So enjoy those people when you go hungry. And that's basically it. When people aren't getting their pay rises, or when there's less give and take because the employers can't afford it because of all the rules and regulations, the workers will be moaning about the employers. But don't. It's not the employer's fault. It's Angela and her employers' rights bill. This employers' rights bill is going to make things way, way worse. Billions in all these hidden costs that the workers will bear themselves. The government is really not protecting workers because the workers will be laid off. A lot of them will have to go. It's harming workers, not protecting them. And of course, the one thing that this bill will do is destroy any pretense that this government is intending to grow the economy. This bill will shrink the economy significantly. Andrew Griffiths, Tory MP, Shadow Business and Trade Secretary. He's been out there, he's been banging the drum about it. He's saying that the so-called, as he called it, Employment Rights Bill is nothing of the sort. He said it's no more than a Trojan horse for union power and state interference in business. Correct. And once the unions get into any business, that business is then finished. Look at the British car industry. And if you're going to have this return to 1970s trade union militancy, damaging economic growth, which is already shrinking anyway, then you might as well just hand over the keys to the United Kingdom to the IMF now, because they'll be coming. And you get these rights from day one in employment. You won't be able to... You don't have to wait, rather. Normally, if you start a job, you're there for 3 months, say, on probation, and then 6 months you get full rights to things like parental leave, or some such thing like that. But now, that's from day one. So what you're going to get is someone joining a company day one, do it, yay, and then go boom on the long-term sick on day two, get 6 months full pay for mental illness, and then that's them done. And that's 6 months the company's got to pay them. Companies aren't going to hire, and they're certainly not going to hire young people with no work history. But if you're in your mid-30s, got a good work history, married, stable, couple of kids, bang, you're going to get a job offer, yay. But the kids aren't, because the employers are going to go, well, I don't know what these kids are like. I don't want to take the risk. But that's Angela for you, full of bright ideas. Stupid bin. Anyway, thanks very much. Bye.